Hello, I'm Sneakerdog. Welcome to the GR report. I decided to do this just after Christmas. I reached out to people that were working in the sneaker industry, in the retail space, to get an idea of what general releases people are buying, the sort of the trends, etc. I didn't have any sales data. I didn't ask for any sales data. It's literally people's interpretations as to what's been selling well and what hasn't. So we all know and love our hype sneakers. It's great for a brand. It sells a brand on social media, but without these GRs, we really can't have a lot of these amazing shoes that we see drop year in, year out. Majority of them, excluding Yeezy, are based off of some kind of GR canvas, if you like, to be able to work from a base to then either deconstruct, etc. So thank you to everybody that responded to the questionnaire. We had people from Size, Office, Offspring, JD Sports, Foot Asylum, Nike stores, Adidas stores. We had someone from Canada replied, we had someone from Copenhagen replied, some independent stores as well. So we really got a good idea of what's doing well and what hasn't done so well to the masses, if you like. So let's go now and see what the results were. Okay, so if we're looking at the most popular shoes to start with, these are the shoes that you go into any mainstream sneaker store and you'll see them on the shelf. People are buying them in their droves, and more than half of the respondents to the questionnaire said that this shoe was their most popular silhouette. The Nike Air Force One. Started in 1982, sold for a couple of years, stopped, and started again in 1986. You can see why it's such a popular shoe. It's a blank shoe, if you like, with regards to, you get a triple black or a triple white pair, you could customize them, you can do all sorts with them. There's so many panels to it that Nike just continue with the colorways. There's probably 2,000 different releases of this shoe, and Nike just continue to keep bringing it up to date. And a classic example is this, which dropped just before Christmas in a couple of different colorways. It's this particular one, this white, sold out very quickly. You've got the reflective, if you like, swoosh. There's little pull tabs on the back. You've got slightly different tongue. There's some different textured material on the toe box there. I saw a stat that about $800 million of revenue per annum comes from this shoe alone. So if you work that out over the years, approximately you're talking 360 million pairs of Air Force Ones that have been produced and sold, and that can come to anywhere in the region of about $30 billion or so for one silhouette, one shoe. It's just phenomenal. And there's no surprises why this shoe continues to be so popular with the masses. The next sort of most popular shoe, if you like, was a more recent shoe. It was the Nike React Element 55, which I'll put a picture up here. Now, I did have a pair of these initially when they came out. I got the white with the blue colorway, and for me, I sent them back because I like a shoe to keep its shape, and the upper of these is the material, it just crumples all around your toes. So for me, it wasn't to be, but for the masses, this was a very comfortable shoe. It has the latest React sole from Nike, and people just have been buying it in their droves. A couple of sort of geographical interesting points came out. Now, Converse, which is obviously owned by Nike as well, some of the respondents in the north of England pointed out that the Converse Comme des Garçons play here, which they came out in lots of different sort of styles, highs and lows. They had different number of hearts with the eyes on, etc. Quite a fun, funky shoe. Converse and Vans have become more popular again in the last couple of years. and this has been a particularly good seller. Another interesting one, sustainability is a big thing that we're all talking about at the moment, and the Veja, there was some strong sales coming out in a couple of cities that were kind of real green cities, really pushing that green message, and that was even translating into good sales for shoes such as this. So people love a story behind the shoe. You know, if you look at the shoe itself, it's kind of, it's got the funky logo, but it's blank other than that. But people just love there to be a story behind a shoe, and I think this type of shoe with this kind of message is going to continue to sell well. So now we're going to look at shoes that are in demand but were actually out of stock. So maybe a manufacturer hasn't produced enough of them and has missed out the ability to be able to have sold more and maybe created more revenue and more profit from it. The first one, and about a quarter of the people that responded said that the Yeezy 350 was what people were coming in and asking for. Now we're talking about stores such as Offspring, Size and Adidas stores as well. And as sneakerheads, we know that you probably need to be in a raffle, or you need to be on the Adidas app as these drop to be able to get a pair. But I think this is an evidence of how you get almost like a halo effect from the hype spilling over into people that aren't massive sneakerheads but go, oh, do you know what, I fancy a pair of those, and maybe don't realise that you need to be able to go in and get them online very quickly, and would hope they might be on the shelves. But so that's one there. Another silhouette that was particularly mentioned was the Air Force One Anthracite. Here, also the winterized pack as well. So again, just evidence of this fantastic silhouette that Nike can tweak and change and continue to keep people interested and continue to get people to purchase. It was a big year for Jordan 1s again, particularly the mids, but Jordan 1 retros were again mentioned as a very, very good seller, but they were also out of stock. So certain colourways are going to be better than others. You can always walk into a Foot Asylum, for instance, and they're going to have some of these, particularly some of the mids sitting on the shelves. But again, another fantastic year. The mids, some people initially hated them, but I think the more colourways that came out, and obviously you had the lows as well, which has been continuing to push the brand Jordan sales this year. And for some of the independent stores, we had the Air Max 90 mentioned. It's going to be a massive year for the Air Max 90. Obviously it's their 30th anniversary this year coming up. We've already seen some absolute bangers released towards the end of last year. This is one, I actually got this in the Nike outlet for about £60 in the summer. It's an amazing colourway. But yeah, tuned Air Max 90, still popular, more so from the independent stores. But it's going to be a fantastic year for these.